Good afternoon, lads and lasses, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Darktide. Excuse me. Welcome to Darktide, the only game where the scariest thing isn't the enemies you're facing, but the chance you could get turned into a mindless servitor after you die to continue to serve your god. Darktide takes place in the Warhammer universe, a grim, dark, sci-fi, futuristic universe where everything, and I mean everything, wants to kill you in some way, shape, or form. And I'm not going to mansplain the Warhammer universe to you because A, that's not cool and I'm a feminist, and B, I'd prefer this video not to be hours long, so if you're looking into Warhammer, there are plenty of other videos. This is specifically about Darktide. But what is Darktide? Darktide is a PvE first-person shooter that has you going in on missions, or strikes as they call them, all in an effort to purge heretics. So you may go in needing to kill some guy, you may go in needing to steal some stuff, or you may go in just to kill everything. And whatever you're doing, it's all in the service of the God Emperor, and all in hopes that you'll get better shit to kill more things with. It is a sadistic game. There are 4 classes in Darktide. There's the Veteran Sharpshooter, a class that's all about gun, which means it can be a tiny bit hard for them in melee, but nothing's harder for them than talking about Cadia.
Though I walk with the weak, I remain strong.
I do hope you're not talking about me.
If you want to talk about the God Emperor constantly, and you want to escape death because literally you believe in God so much, the Zealot Preacher is for you.
I hear Interrogator Rannoch lost his faith along the way. Could be a worry.
Brains are so well connected a man, so lacking in faith.
If you like magic and low-key heretical things, and making people think so many thoughts that their brains explode, you've got Psychers.
Fear is a weapon of the enemy.
No, you merely fear that which you cannot understand.
Then there's Ogryns. Ogryns have the intelligence of a brick, the density of a brick, the weapons of a brick, and they hurt like a brick.
What does Emperor look like?
A shriveled, rotting corpse. A carrion lord. Terrible to behold.
Now, these classes alone kill things pretty well, but at the highest level of play, you can get into some situations that aren't quite optimal. But what better way to kill things than with a tech tree? Not physically with a tech tree, but you know what I mean. The tech trees for every class are just specializing in better ways to kill things. Of course, I'm not going to go through the whole ass tech tree. I don't have the mental capacity for that. But the trick for the tech tree is to look at it, watch a video on the best one, equip all the stuff that some guy on the internet tells you. The alternative to that is equipping what you think is good and then throwing yourself into matches hoping shit works. And often dying. Because in Darktide, you die a f***ing ton if you don't know what you're doing. You can die even after you complete the mission. Darktide has its highs, and Darktide has its lows. The highs are when you're taking down hordes of enemies to the point where your own teammates are complimenting you. And the lows being the grind. Hours on hours of upgrading things and trying to get some semblance of the perfect weaponry and kit. It's what I like to call the Darktide Loop, TM. You throw yourself into a game, you realize you need better gear, you research the best stuff, and then you grind to get the best stuff, and then you throw yourself in a game. Rinse, repeat, you see what I mean? Now, from an outside perspective, this may look incredibly boring and brain-numbing, but I'm here to say that yes it is. But after you get some god roll weapons, do they hit the spot. The satisfaction you get from wiping out a whole horde is parallel to nothing. Maybe crack, but that's not my field of expertise, so I'll stick to Darktide. There's one thing, along with horde clearing, that keeps me playing Darktide. The penances. Penances are just a fancy way to say achievements, but god damn are these things tricky. Most of the penances take hours upon hours of grinding just to get to stage 1. One of them is killing over 1 million enemies in total, which is psychotic, seeing that you only kill like 500 enemies a mission. Most penances, when completed, grant cosmetics, and damn, do these cosmetics go hard. There's a bunch of other stuff that can be done in the lobby, which is actually just a ship called the Morning Star. That thing. You can spend your time buying cosmetics with fake money, you can spend your time buying cosmetics with real money, which to the luck of my wallet, I haven't yet. There's a place where you can change the look of your face. It's just like space Botox. There's an arena called the Meat Grinder to test all your weapons, but it's not actually real. They used a chained up psyker to make you dream up the arena. It's freaky stuff. What is it good for? Training. And like this. And the rest of the Morning Star is all dedicated to improving your weaponry, like a shop, a little contract board, and the Shrine of the Omnissiah, a spot to upgrade your weapons. How, you might ask? Praying to the god inside of your gun. You know, now that I think about it, the majority of the game is just religious zealotism. Everything I just mentioned is not what makes Darktide fantastic. It's simply the icing on the cake. What makes Darktide fantastic is the gameplay, the feeling of actually being in the missions and taking down a horde with some friends. I don't think I can truly do the gameplay justice via video, but of course, I will still try.
What the dog doing?
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
From downtown!
I'm in danger!
My main goal is to blow up.
I'd like you to meet my cousin Stanley.
We're related.
There's two of them?
Oh my god, no way, yeah.
And that's all, folks. Now you have all the information you need to purge, snuff out, and quell heresy. But the Warhammer universe is vast and extremely interesting, so I heavily encourage you to go and immerse yourself. Because even though the whole Warhammer universe can be depressing and saddening, it's still one of my favorite universes as far as sci-fi goes. Darktide may be a little chunk of it, but as you can see, it's still jam-packed full of hee-hees and hoo-hoos, and it's probably my favorite chunk. And now, sadly, I must go. But I wish you luck on any Darktide adventures you may partake in. Have a good nap, and I will catch you later.